What's up, you guys? This past week we hit another big milestone here on the channel.
Yes.
Which was reaching 80,000 subscribers.
Which is so insane.
Yeah, we never would have dreamt of that number, so we're so grateful. And there's a lot of new faces here, so we figured that it'd be fun if we did a little Q&A / catch-up style video.
So we asked you guys to ask us questions on Instagram and on YouTube, and you guys did not disappoint. So we have so many good questions from you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's always surprising to us that so many of you care to know us in these ways. So we're actually so genuinely excited to sit down and answer these. We figured that the best way to go through these is to start out with the most frequently asked and lighthearted questions and work our way through to the deepest and most juicy questions that you guys had for us, because there's some juicy ones.
Yes.
So grab yourself a drink, get nice and comfortable. We get nice and cozy. We're wearing our new Cozy Earth sets, which, guys, these are the best ones we've gotten yet.
They're so nice, and we got Christmas colors.
I know.
Because Christmas is coming.
This is like a newer one that I've gotten. It's a waffle knit, and I'm so in love with it.
Yeah,
it's so
nice.
Comfortable, and it looks amazing. We are huge Cozy Earth fans. We are constantly wearing their sets, whether just around the house or on all of our travel days. It got to a point where my family started asking us about Cozy Earth, so we got them each a set of their own for Christmas last year, and now I've gotten them all hooked on this stuff.
It really is the best Christmas gift. It's so perfect. And they gave us a code to share with you guys for 35% off. The code is JMR35, and we also have a discount link. We will link below in the description box.
And with all that being said, let's get into the questions. Starting with probably the question we got asked the most and always get asked the most, which is, what is our next destination? There's two different answers we have here. We're constantly changing our minds and figuring this out, but basically we're stuck between interrailing through Europe and hitting a lot of the places that we haven't hit yet, because we are looking into moving to Europe full time, actually, for at least a year or so, and we want to test out the waters in a lot of those places and figure out where we might want to make a more permanent stay. Or the second option is we are thinking about taking one big trip for like a year where we hit all of the top dream destinations that we haven't hit yet.
Going to Australia, and then going to Singapore and the Philippines and
Vietnam, Hong Kong,
and then
South Korea.
The next question was, how did we meet? And we've answered this on probably all of our Q&As before, so I'm just gonna give like a short story. Basically, his stepfather trained at my parents' gym that they owned at the time, and he had brought Juan Marcel with him to the gym, and I was like driving by with my mom, and my mom forced me to come inside because she was picking something up, and he was there, and I didn't want to go in, and she was like, he's a model too, you should talk to him, and all this stuff. So I went inside, and I was so nervous and so shy. When he turned around to like say hi to me or whatever, I remember like the exact moment that we made eye contact.
I do too. We always talk about that. We remember the exact moment our eyes first met, and I knew it was going to be like a life-changing, serious person that was going to be in my life for a long time. All right, the next question is, how long have we been together? As of January 4th, this coming January 4th, it will be 4 years.
Yes, which is insane.
Yeah.
The next question is, what is your guys' ethnicity or cultural background? You go first.
Okay, so I was born in Miami, Florida, but my dad is Puerto Rican, and then my mom is half Lebanese and half Liberian. So I'm a quarter of each of those and half Puerto Rican.
I am American.
People always ask her if she's from like Sweden
or Norway. Somebody actually asked this time. And I do know that my family tree somewhere along there is more like Nordic. I don't know.
Next question is, describe yourself in 3 words. And we haven't gone over this yet, so I'm curious. You go first.
No, you go first. So I can think.
Okay.
Actually, no, I want to go first so it doesn't look like I'm stealing your ideas.
Okay. All right, go.
I would say fun, loving,
yes,
for sure, and smart.
I agree.
Thanks. What are you?
I would say I am ambitious, intelligent, and empathetic. You want to say you agree or?
No, I love it.
Okay.
I agree. I was gonna say they're similar to mine, but bigger words. Because I did smart, you did intelligent, you did empathetic, I did loving.
Empathetic is a little different than loving.
Yeah. The next question is, what is our favorite book, TV show, and movie?
My favorite book right now is Creativity Inc. And then TV show, oh my god, that's so hard. No, it's not. It's Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is my favorite TV show of all time. And then movie, Interstellar. She knows.
Okay, so my favorite book is The Courage to Be Disliked. My favorite TV show is Game of Thrones. And my favorite movie is probably Interstellar.
Is it really?
It is! It
Come
really is.
on.
You know that it is.
Okay,
I
good.
love that movie.
Good.
Or The Notebook.
See? Yes, The Notebook.
No, I'm kidding. Are we gonna continue our podcast?
Yeah, and for those who don't know, because it's probably been like a year since we last uploaded a
it's been
podcast
a year.
episode, we did have a podcast for a little while. It's been so surprising that still to this day people still ask about
I
it.
know.
Like, we didn't realize at the time that we were doing something that was impactful in any way to any amount of people. So it's even more motivation for us to get back to it.
Yes.
But really it just comes down to, we don't want to return to the podcast until we are 100% sure
We can keep going.
that we can keep going without taking another break
Yeah.
or missing uploads. And our schedule, especially while we were traveling so heavily,
It's too busy.
it's too busy. So the podcast is going to come back for sure 100%. It's just a matter of
When?
yeah. Okay, the next question is, are we still modeling? The answer to that is, we are still technically signed in multiple markets as models, but it's definitely taken a complete backseat
Yeah.
in our lives. At least for now, we never know, but right now, content creation is our
Yeah.
full-time thing and the thing that we're most interested in doing. What is both of your favorite dishes out of all of your travels?
Which...
We both had the same
Yeah.
answer, I'm positive of it. It was this dish that we had at Juiciest,
Yeah.
which is a restaurant in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
It was like this beef that had been stewed for like 12 hours, and it was the best thing I've ever had in my life.
Best bite of food we've ever had.
It
And it had
was
a little
so
plantain
decadent.
on top.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
also in Argentina when we had the short rib. Yeah, that too. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's between that dish in Tordesillas in Sao Paulo, Brazil,
And-
or the Argentinian steakhouse we went to in Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
The short
Orgon.
rib, the braised
Yeah.
short rib. Both of them
Yeah, so good.
life-changing bites of food.
And the next question is, how many countries have we been to?
We have an app actually where
Yeah.
you can mark down everywhere you've been and everywhere you
Yes.
want to go.
And we have been to 26 countries.
Yes, which sounds small.
Yeah, sounds like
After all the
way
time.
less than I thought.
But the truth of the matter is, we do a lot of long-term stays in
Yeah.
places, and we see a lot of places within the same country.
Yeah.
So if the question was how many cities we've
Cities?
been
It would
to,
be more.
it'd be a
Yeah.
lot. Okay, the next question is a really fun one, and it is, which countries would we say are in our top 5 of the ones that we've visited so far? That's a good question.
So I know for sure it's gonna be Japan.
Yeah. Well, okay, in no order, let's say,
Yeah.
because it's too hard.
No order, no order.
No particular
Just-
order. Japan has to be in that top 5. Brazil has to be in that top 5.
Thailand has to be. in the
Thailand
top
has to be
5.
there. France.
France has to be in the top 5. And what do you think about Croatia being in the top 5?
Now, 5th one is where we might disagree.
Okay.
Croatia's a good answer, but for me, it's probably Italy. And on that note, let's move into some of the more juicy
Yes.
questions. Starting with, if you could build a perfect country, taking something from each place you've been, how would it be?
Okay, I want to answer mine and then you give yours.
You know, what's so funny about
Okay,
this
okay.
is we literally talked about this exact thing in Sao Paulo. Remember, we were
yeah.
walking that
We
day and we
did.
started saying, like, if you could combine
Yeah,
all your
yeah.
favorite parts from places and make the perfect place, what would it be? So let's go through it.
Okay.
The location being
Yeah.
France, maybe like the south of France,
Yeah.
and like the art, the people of Brazil, the attitude of Thai people and the weather, and then the infrastructure and social values of
Yeah.
Japanese people.
And the food.
And the food.
And also the wine of Argentina.
Oh, okay. The wine and the meat
Yeah.
of Argentina. Okay.
Okay. We can
Stop
we
there,
could keep
stop there.
going on,
Yeah.
but we should stop. The next question is, which city surprised you the most? And I would have to say Sao Paulo.
Yeah, we both would say Sao Paulo because going into it, people were like kind of warning us against Sao Paulo. They were saying, oh, it's just another big city, also super dangerous.
But we decided to go anyways, and I couldn't believe how amazing it was. We were only supposed to stay there for like 7 days or something. We extended to 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3
at
weeks.
Least,
Yeah.
We loved that city. We wanted to just explore every corner of it. It's one of the coolest, most unique, amazing places we've ever visited, and it was such a surprise.
Next question is, when and why did you start a YouTube channel?
July 9th. 2020, the day after my birthday. I remember that because we created it and then we posted our first video from my birthday weekend.
Oh gosh, nobody watched any of those.
Don't go watch it. I think I've taken that down.
Okay, good.
We were both modeling full time before, and then the pandemic hit, and then
we couldn't travel,
couldn't work, and so we were stuck at home in Arizona. We needed an outlet, and we just got a camera and started filming whatever we could, and we fell in love with it.
It was the best decision ever.
Oh yeah. Okay, the next question while we're on that topic is, how long did it take to start making an income on YouTube?
Well, to make anything, like a few dollars.
To join the YouTube partner program, I think it's called.
It took 8 months.
Yeah, it took 8 months to meet those requirements and get qualified for that. But to make anything significant, to get enough that it actually pays out to you because you need to meet a certain threshold, probably up to a year past that. Yeah. So like a year and a half to make any kind of income from YouTube. What goals/dreams have you been able to reach because of your growth on YouTube/Instagram?
Oh, we never would have been able to travel as much as we do without that.
Yeah, we're absolutely terrible budgeters.
Yeah.
Probably could tell. And so we're not like stacking money or like wealth on the side or whatever from this. We're literally like getting money and then immediately like
putting it back into traveling.
Putting it back into this. Yeah.
The next question is, what initially attracted you to each other and who made the first move? You say it.
What initially attracted me to you?
I would say, honestly...
She's like, you say it, and then
I
would say...
I mean, obviously beyond physical, just like how he would think and how, like, I had never met a man who was so just thoughtful at the age that we were when we met, and so just intelligent, really.
No.
So, yeah.
Wow. I was gonna give a more shallow answer.
Wow.
I wasn't thinking emotional. I thought it was like when you first saw each other, what attracted you?
Yeah. Okay. What attracted me initially would probably be your eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna say her face.
Oh.
Her face is just so perfect.
No, your
in every way.
So perfect.
Your eyes, your little nose, your lips. I loved everything about her. I made the first move.
Yeah.
What is the first word that comes to mind when you think of each other? I would say love.
Yeah.
I just think of you and then my heart swells up.
Home.
Oh, that's sweet. Home and love. I like that.
The next thing is, describe your favorite thing about each other. You only get one answer.
Okay.
My favorite thing about you would be your like ambition, your drive to get things done. I don't think I'm as like motivated as he is to get things done. Like I'm like, oh, I can wait, you know? If I didn't have that, like my life would be in shambles. So we kind of I need you, and
I need you too. My favorite thing about you is your heart.
Aww.
She, like, my favorite thing about her is somebody, a complete stranger, could be telling a story about another complete stranger. She has no idea who any of them are. But you're crying right now, see? She will be emotionally in tune with whoever's speaking to her. You know, she's not afraid to just show her emotions. And that's something I really, really admire about her. What physical and emotional acts do you appreciate the most?
I would say
physical first. I know your answer.
Kisses.
Oh, okay.
Oh, or like back rubs.
She's always asking me for like foot rub or tickle her hand or things like that.
I'm physical touch, my love language.
I used to think I was physical touch.
Until you met me.
Then I met her and I'm like, I'm not as much physical touch. I'm 100% quality time
Yeah.
and words.
I need constant, like, just physical. Like, that's how I feel love.
For me, the thing I value the most.
It can be anything from, like, me doing something for you. It doesn't have to be, like, me touching you.
Oh, I think
Or
my
it can be
my
touching
favorite
you.
thing is when I am kissing you. That's why I always do. I do this.
Yeah. We have a routine.
We have a routine. I have to kiss her forehead, her nose, her cheek, and then her lips. And then emotional.
Yeah.
Your favorite emotional thing?
Probably.
Emotional gesture.
I like when we have long conversations about things that make me learn something new about you.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. My favorite emotional act is when we just get lost in conversation.
Yeah.
On a less lovely note.
What are your icks of each other, from each other?
Yeah. Funnily enough, this was asked by
my best friend.
Her best friend ever.
I would say.
Don't be so quick. One like locked and loaded like that. Dang. Okay.
I don't have anything that's like ugh, you know. But I do have things that I'm just like not in common, you know, where we kind of butt heads.
Okay, so what is it?
Which would be like, as much as I love his ambitiousness.
She's so like defensive.
No. As much as I love his ambitiousness, sometimes for me, because I am more laid back, that's where we sometimes butt heads. Like, I love that about him. It's one of my favorite things. But then when it goes too far,
sometimes
when he gets more stressed out, that's when I'm like, you know, I like try and.
I'm constantly thinking about what we do.
Yeah.
How we can be better.
Yeah.
How we can improve. Because I'm worried about our future, and I want us to be successful, and I want us to have a beautiful life together. So I take a lot of that stress on all the time, and I do understand and notice sometimes I'm dumping that on her.
Like stress or something?
Yeah, as in by getting on her about things like, okay, we need to do this. We need, and like first thing in the morning or something, when maybe someone is just like trying to wake up and chill. So I get it. I do get it. Still.
I sound like such an asshole though.
I flipped it on you.
Yeah, you did. You flipped it on me.
That's it. I'm worried about our future, and she just wants to relax.
What is your ick for me then? I'm guessing that's your ick.
No, I'm kidding. My ick for you, she has a hard time because she's ADHD. She has a hard time listening to me sometimes. I'll be talking to her and looking at her in the face.
I just think that I can multitask.
No, we'll be looking at each other in the eyes, and I'm talking to her, and she's nodding, and then I realize she's not listening. She has this glazed over look in her face, and she's not listening. And she doesn't even realize it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I hate that feeling because I take it as what I'm saying is not important, or she doesn't value it. But I've had to learn that it's just like completely involuntary from her. All right, now on a lighter note again. Do you remember the moment that you fell in love? I do, clearly.
I do, yeah.
We were long distance when we first started our relationship. And I'm someone who's super hesitant to say I love you at first. And so I visited her one time in LA because we were long distance. I was in New York and she was in LA. And throughout the trip there, I realized there were so many moments where I was talking to her or looking at her. And I realized involuntarily I wanted to say, I love you.
Yeah.
I just love you.
Too, yeah.
But I held it. I held it for so long. And so then I left LA and I was away from her, and we were talking on FaceTime and stuff like before, and I was so filled with regret that I didn't say it in person. So I held it again for during that whole time while we were FaceTiming and everything.
Me too.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until the next time I see her in person, and the first thing I say when I see her is gonna be I love you. And that was it was. Remember you came to New York, and the first thing when she walked,
we both had texted each other about, we didn't want to say it, but we both like kind of explained that we felt that. Yeah. But we didn't say the words because we were like wanting to say it in person.
Yeah. So
and I felt the same way during that first trip when you came to visit me. That's when I fell in love with you.
She's about to cry already.
Do you plan to get married?
Yes. I will say we are very close. I will give you that. That's all. I can't because for obvious reasons. But I'm in the midst of figuring all that out. So rest assured, you guys, you don't have to ask this one. Hopefully, this is the last Q&A where this is the question. And on that note, let's get into the deepest and most juicy questions that you guys asked us. Where do we see ourselves in the next 5 years?
I see us living in Europe, most likely, or Japan.
Or Thailand.
Or Thailand.
Or somewhere in South America.
Yeah, exactly. And I also see us married, and I see us in our own little apartment, growing our YouTube and just our community on here.
Yeah, I see, because we're so indecisive about where we want to live, I can't see an exact location, but within the next 5 years, hopefully very soon within the next 5 years, I see us in an apartment. We have a home base. I see us still traveling a lot though, like all the time. Wherever we live, that's why we prioritize Europe. We want to live somewhere where we can easily like jump on a flight or a train or something and get to another place.
Yeah.
I see us being married 100%. I see stability in terms of finances, and within 5 years I do see us starting some kind of brand together, something, whether it's fashion related, I see us,
travel related,
something shooting off from our YouTube and content creation that has been started, that we're starting to build as well.
The next question is, do you plan on having kids someday?
Yes,
definitely,
absolutely. I want my mom and dad to experience being grandparents. I want to see her as a mom. That seems like a whole new level of love to be reached.
I mean, it's just gonna be so nice, and you're gonna be the best dad ever.
I hope so. How did you know your partner was the one? I have never really experienced having a partner who my family loves to the level that they love her. As I started seeing her with my family and how much they see her as a daughter at this point, and how much she tries with them and everything she does to foster that relationship, because family is so important to me. When I started seeing that, I was like, okay, like straight up, even if I for some reason didn't see this, my family would never forgive me and never want to meet anyone else if I lost her. So I was just like, this is it.
I've known you were the one because of how, like, I had never met anybody like you before. I don't want to cry this much. Wait, let me stop.
Oh, no.
Stop for a second.
Okay, no worries. You're getting your cozy earth
I
dirty.
know. Mascara. I knew you're the one because I've never like looked up to somebody as much as I look up to my parents, and that's something I never thought I would have. And I think you're the coolest, most smart, funny, intelligent, cool, and I want to be more like you.
Oh my gosh, baby. You're gonna make me cry now.
The next question is, have you learned anything new about yourself since you guys started dating? I swear, I've learned like I didn't know myself before I started dating you. I swear, like I did not know myself. Nobody called me out on like things, and I think like you do all of those things, which makes me learn more about myself, and I don't think I would be the person I am without you.
You're being so sweet. This is probably the juiciest question, just because it's something we never talk about. What are your thoughts on religion, if you don't mind? I used to have a problem with religion. I have felt oftentimes that a lot of problems in the world arise from the man-made aspects of religion. Man's need to control. These problems that arise out of religion really made me estranged from what I am aware of now, which is my spirituality. So I'd say we're both very spiritual. If we had to align with a religion and say we're one religion, it would be Christianity. We both believe that there is a God. We both pray. We are proud of that. The reason we don't speak about it and all that is because we never want to push anything on anybody, and we respect everybody's religion. So that's our thoughts. That's my thoughts.
That's my thoughts as well. We've had this conversation a lot.
So I'd say we aren't as much religious as we are spiritual.
What is your advice on shaping your dream life?
I would just say that the key to forming your dream life is being aware, like self-aware enough to understand, what do you enjoy doing? What do you want to do with your life? Not what TV is like making you think is cool, or what TikTok or social media, or your family telling you need to be a doctor or this or that. There's no right or wrong answer. I don't believe that someone who dreams of having a really secure job, 9 to 5, traditional thing in a field that they like is any less cool than us dreaming of like traveling the world and doing what we do. If you're waking up every day and excited to do what you do, that's so awesome. I don't care what it is.
That is exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah, that's how you form your dream life. Wake up every day and go after the thing that you love doing. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for all of the questions that you guys asked. This was so fun. Every time we do one of these Q&As, we're forced to like reflect.
I know. We had like a little therapy
session. We expressed our love for each other. We're feeling grateful for our lives. We're grateful for you guys always. So thankful that you guys care enough to learn these things about us. So we hope that you enjoyed this one. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram if you ever want to keep up with our journey besides the videos. We're constantly on there posting.
We hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us, and we love you so much. We will see you next week.